Howdy. I have a Mercedes Benz key here that a customer sent me. Told me it stopped working, um, and that they think it's just a part loose inside. So, being from a locksmith background, I have a lot of experience with these keys, and they may be right. I don't typically repair them though. I usually just used to always replace them, but let's go ahead and try to get it repaired. First thing I want to do though is I want to confirm what the customer is saying. So to do that, I'm going to use this little key tool here, and I want to check the keyless entry frequency, and I also want to check the IR signal because these type of keys, they send out a IR signal, and also they have the keyless, which is going to be like this, which is not working. So I don't know if it's got a battery in it or not. I haven't taken it apart yet. That's not working though. Let's check the IR. The IR is not working either. All right. So let's set that over there. Let's get the little key out. I see this is a little bit pulled away, so pretty sure customer said he had opened it already. Let's set that there. Don't want to lose it. That was easy since it's already half open there. So I wonder if the batteries are dead. I guess we should check that first. Don't know which of these is which, but let's just kind of wing it here. Okay, so the outside ones look to be ground, and the inside look to be plus. So we got 3 volts there. I mean, that doesn't tell us if the batteries are good or not, but maybe good. There's a good chance they are since it has some voltage, but doesn't necessarily mean they have any current. Okay, so something fell out. Let me set that there, out of the way, and this is a button is bad. I'm not sure what this is. This looks like a diode. This is pretty small, so we're gonna have to put it under the microscope. And recently, I was just sent an extra microscope. Usually I use my optical and scope, but once in a while the USB scopes are useful. So let's take a look and see what I was sent here. All right, I think this is from TOMLOV. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And I have not opened it yet. I just got it the other day, and I thought that this Mercedes key would be the perfect thing to show for it. So it looks very similar to another one that I was sent a long time ago. But this one is a little bit different. I like the bar better. The other one had like teeth on it where you kind of would go up and down the teeth. This one looks like it's just a regular smooth bar. Oh, and this one can hook up to the PC too. So maybe I can record like that. Oh, that's a lot bigger than I was expecting. Yeah, that's like a little TV monitor there. Let me see if I have the old one. I'll show you the size difference. Yeah. Zoom out a little bit more there. So yeah, that's a massive difference there. A lot bigger. All right, so it's got Type C, USB. So let's pull out all these pieces, get rid of this big box. Guess that's some kind of base for it. I mean, for, you know, to go up and down. It's got a little remote. Oh, they sent the little SD card too. Nice. Can always use more SD cards. A little cleaner cloth there. There's something, some screws. All right, there's the bar. I got the base down. Here's the power supply. Okay, let's get the base out. One of the things I dislike about these type of microscopes is the base is kind of small. I'd rather it come out more this way, but I guess, you know, they're trying to keep it in a small package. But I mean, this one, since the monitor's so big, the base should be as big. But it's not a deal breaker. It's just small annoyance. There's the wire for that. It should have a couple of USB. Oh yeah, they're there. All right. So I bet this is going to be pretty easy to put together. That's a good base. I see that it just has like a set screw to lock into the bar. So then when you want to lower it, you turn it. Okay, so we have a little bit of up and down motion once we're locked in. So you would lock it in and then you would do, you know, the little bit of up and down for adjustment. Got 3 screws here. I wonder if that's in case I lose one. But, and I see this has brightness adjustment for the lamps. I like that this is all on the base. The other one that I had, it had like a separate little wire. The wires were all hanging off everywhere. Kind of annoying. So I do actually like this base. I just wish it was wider. Okay. And this is pretty, you know, straightforward. You just stick this on here. Be careful not to knock off the little rubber piece that's on the screw. Okay. These could have been a little bit longer, so you could really come out. Okay, now let's get this big guy up in there. So I guess you could adjust this as well. Or maybe not. Maybe this guy you really just gotta lock in. Alright, let me just plug it in. Alright, now let's see. Let's unplug this because it doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Let's see, I guess that means no SD card. Okay, we have our menu button. So this is like a capacitive touch. You don't have to click it or nothing, you just have to run your finger over it. I might prefer to use the remote for this. Let's see if the remote works right out the box. So it says to pull here to release, you know, the battery. So it comes with the battery. That's nice. Oh yeah, I like the remote for it. That makes it a little bit easier. So I do want to put the card in there because I am going to record while I'm working on it. Okay, now I want to try to run LED power from this again. I'm going to turn these all the way down first. I feel like I should be able to do this. All right. But you know what? Let me just plug this one in over here. I don't want to. I don't want to break it before I get to use it. Okay. All right. So there's the light. They are pretty dim, so you will not be able to rely on them. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's not going to be enough. So let's take this and set it up, and let's get to work here. So image size. Let's go with this one. Timestamp. Don't need timestamp. I don't know what this means. Let's go no grid. Okay, screen brightness. I like that. Auto power off. I'm going to leave that off because I don't want it to turn off while I'm working. I don't care about the date and time. This has 2023, so I guess it was made last year sometime. I don't want screensaver. I'm not sure what vibration switch is. I'll just leave that alone. The memory, let's format it. And I think that is pretty much it for the settings. So here's the version. I'm not too worried about that. Okay. So if I hit video, that takes me to video. Now I hit video again, it started recording. Then I hit picture, and then it takes picture. That's pretty nice. Okay, and is there anything else we can do? Can't tell what this is doing. This looks like it's dimming the lights, or no? Yeah, it dimmed the lights. Just the up and down on the remote there. And then that goes into the settings. Okay. And that goes back. Oh, that can go to this. So then you can recheck it. So, so far, very basic, but very nice. Very nice. All right, so I got the camera moved, set up at a little bit better angle where we can see the screen and the thing I'm working on here. And just using this for inspection works really well. That's one of the best things about a USB scope is just using it for inspection. But here, I'm a little concerned about this antenna, but it may be fine. So what I want to do is I just want to use my own meter. I just want to see if it's got a reading. If it's got a reading, then it's going to be fine. So I would expect like 1 to 5 ohms somewhere in there. Okay, and I know you can't see my meter, it's off screen, but I do see it's 3.2 ohms, so that's probably okay. That's probably just what it looks like. I'm kind of thinking this is an aftermarket key, to tell you the truth. I've seen a lot like this, and it looks pretty much, no, no, it's not. See, it's a Simmons VDO, so it's not aftermarket. They do have some aftermarket ones that kind of match this style. But, okay, next thing I want to do is this diode here, make sure it's still good. So I'm going to put my meter into diode mode. Okay, this way I got something, but it messed up. So we have 0.7 drop across there. This way we have nothing. We have nothing. So I'm going to assume that the diode is good. Where did it go there? There it is. And it's just a standard diode. It's nothing, it's not like a Xenon or anything. So since it's not a Zener, we probably want to have it connected Let's see which way is ground. I'm gonna turn this on to continuity because I want to find ground. Uh, Easiest thing to do when you need to find ground is to find a capacitor, which we have one here. And here we see these three holes are ground. Okay, so you just find a capacitor and then you find some vias or whatever that are ground. But we found those right there. So now if we flip them over, let's see, where were they? Oh, they're under this chip, so we can't use those. Well, let's see if we can find another one. So I'm going to put this here. Okay, so this one is ground. We can see the big ground plane here that goes there. So this via will be ground. So now when we flip it over, well, we know that this is the via. From the other side, we know that this one is ground. So now let's check the footprint for the diode. See which one is ground. So this one is ground here. So that should be the anode of the diode when we put it back, I think. Don't have any of these soft button style fobs where I can't remember where I put it, so that's what we're gonna go with. And another thing, earlier I thought this button was bad, but it's not. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is the panic button, so it's a little bit different because they don't want you to accidentally hit it like these. They want you to really have to push down and hold it. So that's actually okay. Let's see if we can get a closer look. Now you can bring this screen up and down to do this, but I just brought it a little bit, my part a little bit closer there. But yeah, you can see no damage to that button. That's just what it's supposed to look like. Okay, and this is where the diode fell off. Okay, so you know what? These did not come with the scope. These are just some magnets I have for a different type of base that holds electronics. They don't work very well, so it's not something I would really recommend anyway, but okay, let's see now if we can work a little bit better here under this. So actually, the base on this one is a little bit bigger than the last USB scope I had. It's actually not bad. It's comfortable enough. And you have plenty of working distance. This thing, I took it all the way to the top. Right now, I have it about a quarter of the way down the bar, but I also took it all the way to the top, and it still worked. No problem zooming in. So it has a really good working distance on it. Okay, so I just want to clean this little area here just a little bit. Okay, I want to put a little bit of flux on there. This is where I need to get my liquid flux bottle refilled. I usually like liquid flux for small stuff like this, but I haven't felt like refilling my little bottles because I have the big gallon one. All right, so I think the customer had tried to solder this because definitely has some weird looking solder wings on there. I guess I should have just cleaned this first. There we go. So it's a little bit different working under, I usually use an optical scope. It's a little bit different working under a USB. So you're gonna have to bear with me here a little bit. I think that really this is all this needs. I don't think it needs anything else. Ooh, that's ugly. Man. Let me take some of that away. Might just need a little bit more flux on there or something. All right, so let's see if that's gonna work. So this piece slides in like that, and then this piece goes in like this. Now I do not see the red dot here. Oh, there it was. There it is. Okay. Now let's try to hold down the panic. That's the one we were thinking was broken. No, works fine. So let me let me try this guy here, and let's see if it's working now. So really not much of a repair there that is needed. I think the customer did all the hard work. They opened it up and found the broken component, and when they messaged me, they pretty much told me, they said, hey, my remote stopped working. I opened it and I found this loose piece. I think that's a problem. And they were right. So the IR just worked. Don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can get a better camera angle. So you see a little blue light. When I push the button, you'll see that turn red. Okay, that means the IR is now working. And the frequency, we have to come up here because it's a small pickup for it, but it is working. See each button. Okay, try the trunk button. Now we're gonna hold down the panic and do that one. There we go. All right, this job is done with the help of the TOMLOV USB microscope here. Turned out to be a nice little unit. It's much better than the other one that I have, for sure. Um, I tell you, one thing I like is it's pretty simple, the layout. So you have the different color modes. So like if we hold this button down, we should go over to the different color modes. I don't know if you really have much use to do that, but um, it's there if you need it. You have the pictures where you can just take a picture. Oh, this is the rotate. Okay, sorry, I'm rotating the screen. And then you have the video. So that's the picture. Now if I click it again, it takes a picture, which I didn't take any pictures while I was working, but it is useful for when you're working on something. You take a picture before you take stuff apart, and then you have a picture so you know how to put it back together. The video is also pretty good, where you can take a video. I did not take a video because since I moved my camera up, I didn't really feel like I needed to, but it does work. Okay, and then as far as the settings and stuff goes, it's just really simple. It's just a very simple setup. I figured out these actually turn the light on for this. I thought it was for these, which, um, as far as I'm concerned, you don't even really need these. I do want to see if they'll work like this, though. See, I think it will. Yeah, they will. So you can plug the base into the back of this, like I was talking about earlier, and it does work just fine. But That's actually right much light now that it's all three of them. But all in all, not a bad little piece of equipment.